Hey everyone, this is a game called Bomb, which is a Minesweeper game where you automate all of your logic. So if I click here, you'll see the logic pop up. You can ignore the stuff on the left side of the screen. That's just a level select, basically. And I'm going to mark this to clear this region. And once I see another puzzle with this, the game will automatically also clear these as well. So I make this region, and then a bunch of other things appear. So okay, we have this 0, 0, and I can actually make this a little more efficient by changing the number. This number currently means how many cells it's looking at. It's looking at 2 cells, but when it's a 0, it'll literally always be no mines in it, so I can mark it as don't care and then clear it. So that is how the game works, and you can see this 0 region will automatically clear because we made a don't care rule. Okay, next step here, well, we have a 1 with only 1 mine in it. Let's mark that as a bomb. If there's 1 mine in here, and there's only 1 square, then that must be the one with the mine in it. And yeah, the game will basically keep expanding until you get harder and harder pieces of logic, while automatically solving logic that you already have marked in the rules. So you can see there's 2 mines here, and only 2 squares, so the 2 mines have to be in that slot. And not only that, but there's also like other this is not just normal Minesweeper, because there's actually other number types as well, and other rule types. But anyway, now we're getting to a point where the logic is not necessarily so obvious, but you can see there is a 1-2 pair. Note that it's even though these numbers are actually 3s, as Minesweeper rules are just that the number of the symbol counts the number of mines. We already have 2 mines marked. So this is a 1-2 pattern in Minesweeper. Anyone who's like spent at least some time playing Minesweeper will recognize this 1-2 pattern. And so if there's 1 mine here, then there can't be 2 mines in this section because that would overload it. So the logic is that there's 1 mine here and a mine here, and I can like narrow it down here for sure in this region that has 2 mines in it. So I can mark this as a bomb, and that'll be correct. Now, we also have this, and this we're just combining those 2 regions together into 1 rule. And now we have a region that doesn't have, well, this region here, this square can never have a mine in it because we know the mine is here. So I'll mark that as the empty one. Okay? And there we go. Our previous rules have already narrowed down some of these, so the puzzle is solved from here. Okay, and of course there are more advanced levels with a lot more complicated structures. You can definitely tell that this can get really complicated later on, but anyway, in standard Minesweeper logic, the logic here is simple. The 2 mines are in this section, so there can't be any in these 3 squares, so we'll just sweep them away. Okay, a lot has been added. But this 5 only sees 5 squares, so they must all be mines, because it's a 5 and a 5. Okay, now that's been automatically marked as 0, and we can clear out those zeros automatically. And I do wish, though, that there was any setting to make this process of regions faster, because it can definitely take a while, and I'm not sure if there's a button to make it faster. There's definitely, this is definitely just a demo, by the way. I don't know why I said definitely. That makes it sound not real. But okay, let's just combine these. We know that this can't have a mine in it. So there's going to be some improvements, basically. And after this one, I'll show some of the other variants. This one sees the same as this square, but there are definitely no mines there because I know the mine is here. Okay, notice there's no global mine counts, unlike in regular Minesweeper, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to switch to this, and there's a new number type, as you can see now, and 1 minus. So that is 1 or lower. We also have 4 plus, which is 4 or greater. And I'm just going to have to wait until my previous rules do the other stuff. Okay, let's see. This 4 only sees 4 cells. This happens to be 4 plus, but it only sees 4 cells, so it can't be even more than that. Okay. We have a 1 plus. This 2 plus, this 1 plus comes from the 2 plus's logic, because it sees a mine, so it is 1 plus from here, but that is equivalent to 1. So I'm just mark that as a mine. A 0 minus is equivalent to a 0. I can even mark it as a don't care. I do wish that there were more ways to genericize it, because I do see that I'm going to make rules that have certain patterns to them, like the ones that have all of the region enclosed by another region is something that's going to appear a lot, and I feel like I just have to manually go through those. But anyway, this 3, there's 1 mine here and 2 mines here for sure, so let's overlap those. And I know that these have only 2, because the 1 mine is here, there's a mine here and here, so that is valid logic. By the way, it will not allow you to make invalid logic, in case you were wondering. 1 mine in here. I feel like there's got to be something involving that. Combine those 2 together, and because there's 2 mines in here. This can't overload, which means that there is a mine here. Yep. And now this one is completely encapsulated, so there are no mines in the outside area. 6 plus was revealed. Okay, this one and this one. I kind of wish this could also consolidate together. Because the 1 plus is like less informative than the 1 here. There's a 3, but only sees 3 cells. That's gotta be mines. Okay. And I'm going to switch to the next level here. This does not appear to have any extra things. Just kind of weird for it being so low down in the list. But okay. 4 that sees only 4. Let's just finish that off. And okay, our 0 rules are helping quite a lot here. This 1 is encapsulated by the other 1. Okay. And that is a 1 minus and a 3. There's 2 mines in this area, or lower, actually. Okay, this 3 and this 1. Let's mark those and sweep the one outside. Okay. So, there's also this, like, visible and hidden part of the rule set, which can apparently hide regions, which is going to be useful in the really, really large levels that I've seen in the screenshots. Okay, let's just mark that as a bomb, because there's only 2 cells in there. And so they have to be both mines. 1 minus. Where's the next piece of logic here? It's gotta be with the 1 minus and the 2, right? C is 2 or more, so there's definitely a mine here at least, and the 1 remaining is definitely... not sweet. Not sweet. Whoops. Luckily it marked itself as illogical. Okay, a 1 and a 1 minus in the same pair. That means the mine is definitely in here. I mean, there's no mine outside of it. Okay, that 2 got matched and cleared. Okay, next rule set we have... Yes, really. Okay, that's not actually fractions, but that's 1 or 4. Yeah. Okay, but it can't be a 1. Because then there's 4 cells, there's 4 mines in this region. If this was a 1, then we could only place 1, 2, and there would be 3 in this region in total, which isn't enough. So this is actually a 4. I wonder if there's a more general way to express that, though. I don't know. We can also, like, use these, by the way, which, yes, it's very much more complicated. It's getting ridiculous at this point, but you could use that and then choose a different region to mark. You can see this is illogical because we're just doing nonsense here. But that's just another way to, I guess, customize the visuals. So, okay. You know that this contains 4 mines, and this contains absolutely nothing. There we go. And numbers that could be 3 or more have also been unlocked. So now we're going to have to do actual logic here. Wait, what? 0, Okay, it's gotta be 0. There's no way that there's 2 mines, 4 mines, and 6 mines in there. It's ridiculous. So that is just nothing. There we go. 1, 3, or 5. Oh, guess we don't have to do the logic for that, huh? Oh no, it's got, it keeps getting reset. I can't see where the 1, 3, and 5 are. It's like, it's been condensed so much that it's turned into only 2 cells. Well, it's a 1 or a 3, but there's only 1 mine in it, so that's gotta be the mine in that. The 0, 2, 4 that sees nothing has to be 0. Okay, this 0 or 2, this also can only be 0. Okay, this is a 1-4, but in practice, there's no way to actually make 4 in it, so it's only a 1. I can simplify this logic by saying that, I guess 3 or below. If 3 or below, then it can be replaced with just a 1. Yeah. There we go. So that was like a super general version of the logic there. Or we kind of just ignore the 1 if it's overlapping. I don't know if like there's a way to express that. Like I can do that and then hide the 1 and the 4. Is that allowed? I don't know. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, but it's a 3. So I can just change that into a 2 to generalize that. There we go. Because there was no way that it could have contained 4 or more at that point. I want to see more of the of these freaking antis and the 4s. Okay, we have a 0 and a 3. Once again, this is lower than 3, so there's no point. Just sweep it away. Okay, 1, 3, 5, and 7. Except there's no way that it's anything other than a 1. Where the heck is it? It's over here. And this is not a 1. So it actually can't be the... Okay. Let's say this is blank. Then the not 1 and the 1 occupy the exact same space, which is just a contradiction. So this has to be different, and the only way for it to be different is that it's a mine. We unlocked a not 0, which is really just a 1. There we go. Okay, this looks like a more complex board. We just freaking gotta wait for this stuff. Okay, okay, let's see. This is a 6, but it only sees 6, so those are all mines. 1. There's 1 mine here, which means this isn't a 0, it's a 2. This is a not 4, this is a not 1. 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 4 only. But there's not that much logic you can really generalize from it. We got a... This is a 2 minus now. There's got to be something I could do with this, because this is a 2 and a 5, which is a gap of 3. Yeah, okay. So it's a gap of 3, and it can't be an even bigger gap, because this sees the same area, except the main difference is between here and here. And I know these are actually both empty and these are all mines, because the difference is at the minimum 3, and the only way to make that big of a difference is no mines here and 3 mines here to make up the difference. Okay, and let's do the other part, where there are no mines on the other side of it. That seemed to do absolutely nothing. Did I mess up the logic? Okay, no, I don't know what just happened. Probably just messed the clicking. This is a 2 and the 4, which is just a 2 at this point. I don't know if I have a rule for that, and it just didn't matter anyway. Okay, we have a 1 and a 3, except that has to be only a 1. Oh wait, Why is this not the same logic? There's a 1 and a negative. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. That's what happens when we have 3 regions, and yes, that looks very complicated. But... okay, this is just like the inverse of what I did last level. Okay. 4, 6, 8, except we don't care. I don't know if I can hide this. Or maybe I can just choose to hide it here? Okay, whatever. That just simplifies the board if I can hide it, but it would probably be better to make a rule for that and then hide it. Anyway. Not 1. It's a 0 or... well, it's not a 0. It's a 2, because when it overlaps the 4, if it was 0, then we'd only have 3 in the other slot. So it has to be a 2, which happens to mean they're both mines as well. Why doesn't it do anything? Oh, rule already present. Then why isn't it marking them as like... oh, because there's nothing in here. Okay. I was marking a region and then no squares. That's why it didn't do anything. Okay. Can I hide this? Okay, I can just mark it as hidden. That's useful. Not 2. Not 2. Okay, so I know there's 1 in here. And that means, whoops, that if there's 1 here and this is a mine, then this suddenly counts for 2, which is not allowed. So that's not a mine. Okay. Now we have something that points to here, which is pretty useful. Okay, we have a 0, but that 0 can't actually be fulfilled. This is a 2 for sure. Okay, and the puzzle should be falling apart at the seams at this moment. Seriously, not 0? Okay, that's a mine. Okay, and there are also... there are also regions that look by column and row, although you'd be surprised that this apparently generalizes because Minesweeper is all about different regions, and so anything that is on a row or column are also kind of regions as well. So that's why the board is filled up already. Okay. 3 or 6. Both of these regions see 3 or 6. 1, 3, or 5, but this can't actually be a 5. Where do I go, actually? 0, 2, 4. So either both these are mines or both are not mines. 3 or 6. And the state of this is actually equal to the state of this, but I don't know if it's going to be easy to communicate that. It feels like I'm gonna have to, though. It's kind of complicated. Okay. First of all, this is only a 0, 2. And now I'm just gonna hide it. Okay. So now I have to go across the entire thing, maybe. And the outer region here is also a 0, 2, because these numbers match. I think this has to be forced because the state of this is equal to the state of this. It can't be a difference of 3, which is a possible option you might think of when you see 3 and 6. But that difference of 3 is way too much, because for that to happen, we would have to be able to access all these squares, but only 2 of them are actually accessible. So anyway, we'll mark it as 0 and 2. And this is a 1, 3, 5, meaning that the 1 is here. Okay, that must be useful, right? The 1 is here. This is 1, 3, 5. Let's simplify this again. This is only a 1, 3. And let's hide this rule. Cancel the rule generator and hide this rule. Okay, so we have a 1-3 and a 0-2 overlapping. This really feels like 14 Minesweeper variance negation sometimes. Okay. But I know that 0/2 mines are here. And only 1 mine is here. And so, if this was a 3, the 2 mines would be in this section. Therefore, there's only 1 mine in here. So, equals 1 in this section. And now the puzzle is, now we made some actual progress, because this one was just a subset of here. Okay. Oh, is this one we're gonna get mocked for choosing a harder path than the simple one? Because this not 1, when there's only 2, it's equivalent to 0 and 2. I don't know if this, like, really makes it easier to generalize the logic, but I think it might. And then I'm going to choose to hide this now. Okay, so now we have a 0, 2, and this 3, and this 1. And this entire logic here is that well, I don't know if I can actually mark the other section as one with 2 in it. I don't know if it's going to be easier. But yeah, the other side of that is only 2. And this cannot be 0 anymore. Because if that was, then it would underload this too. So yeah, I'm just going to mark that as a mine. Wait, I marked a region with no mines in it again. Here. Okay. Now we can make some more progress, I guess. So this 0, 2 is resolved to be 2, and this side will also resolve later on. 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay. I'm going to describe this as both the mines in it, because I know that 3, 6 isn't really real. Okay, 1, 4, but I know there's only 1 in there. And why not mark it as 3 minus for good measure? Wait, how's that wrong? What, because of the 0 case, or what? I don't know why that's wrong to say it's 1 if it's 3 or below, but anyway. Why isn't it doing anything? Do I suck at everything? It's 1 or 4, but it's not 4. Rule already present. Oh, there's already a 1, I think. Okay, so that doesn't actually help the logic. That was just dumb of me to do. Anyway, how do I confirm that, like, this has the 2 mines in it now, and it isn't a freaking 0? I guess it's the 3 and 6 and the 1. This sees 1, so this can only see 2 of it. I'll just mark that as a mine. Unfortunately, it's not generalized. Okay. Two and a 4, I know that's 2. Okay, 4, 6. That's only a 4. Okay, no, that's a bomb, not a 4. Okay. And yeah, so, I mean, I hope this has given a good overview of the game, because the numbers are and rows and column stuff is definitely interesting, but I will say that maybe the idea of automation in Minesweeper is perhaps more, it sounds better as an idea than the execution of this game, because there's a lot of things that feel like they're generalized, and people also have a tough time with the UI in this game. Like, I thought of this concept of automating, not this particular implementation, but just the thought of automating Minesweeper before, so it was kind of easier for me to think about. But my idea was more of like, almost like image detection. Detecting certain patterns in the grid, which is, this one is not doing. It's more regional is what this is doing. And yeah, so my opinion on the game, it's kind of mixed, but it was worth doing the video on anyway, because it's a nice concept, and it does have content in it, and you can potentially automate it. Anyway, I'm not going to spend more minutes on the outro. Bye.